magic mirror. Who's the fairest of them all?
Why, Shrek, of course.
Shrek 5 is coming, and secretly I'm very excited. And whilst the internet is debating whether or not the new animation is breathtaking or just another soulless cash grab that ruins the prequels, it did something really important for me. It inspired me to connect with the original movie and watch it again. But this time, I'm a qualified therapist and I could apply a new lens to it. And I noticed something fascinating, and I'm going to share that with you now.
Like that's ever gonna happen. What a load of...
Because for all its childhood nostalgia, fairy tale satire, crude jokes, and a banging soundtrack, Shrek is about something much deeper.
Okay, I'll tell you.
It's a masterclass in overcoming the fear of belonging, the tension between wanting connection and pushing it away, and whether he meant to or not, Shrek embodies all of this.
For your information, there's a lot more to ogres than people think.
So today, we're peeling back the layers, yes, like an onion,
Ogres are like onions.
to explore what Shrek can teach us about this feeling, how it traps us, how we fight it, and what it really takes to break free. Because maybe, just maybe, this story isn't just about an ogre. Maybe it's about us.
I'm on my way from misery to happiness to thee. I'm on my way from misery to happiness.
Now, before we dive in, do me a quick favor, smash that like button, gently of course, and subscribe if you haven't already. Alright, let's visit this swamp. Let's start with the green man himself, Shrek. And he's not just a grumpy green giant, promise. He's a case study in self-sabotage. He lives alone, deep in the swamp, fully committed to his personal brand of radical solitude. He's emotionally unavailable. He self-isolates before others can reject him. And he builds an identity around pushing people away. But here's where it gets interesting. Shrek isn't just avoiding people, he's avoiding rejection. He's the outcast, the loner who shields himself from the world, not because he doesn't want connection, but because he fears he'll never truly belong.
What?
So instead of waiting to be cast out, he beats them to the punch. This is preemptive rejection, the idea that if you reject society first, it can't reject you back. But here's a tough pill to swallow. Pushing people away doesn't mean you don't care.
Are you alright?
Perfect. Never been better.
It just means you're scared that they don't care about you. And if your identity revolves around proving you don't need anyone, you're still defining yourself by what other people think. Shrek had to learn this to progress on his character arc.
She wasn't talking about me? Well, then who was she talking about?
No way, I ain't saying anything. You don't want to listen to me, right? Right?
Donkey.
No.
Okay, look, I'm sorry, all right?
A twist of fate encourages him to learn, whether he likes it or not. Enter Donkey.
Can I say something to you? Listen, you was really something back there. Incredible.
He's the equivalent of an emotional support animal who refuses to take no for an answer. Donkey embodies the fool archetype, but don't be fooled. In storytelling, the fool isn't just comic relief. He's the chaotic force that disrupts the status quo, the one who, through relentless optimism and lack of boundaries, forces others to grow.
You know, not everybody likes onions. Cake! Everybody loves cakes.
He's also the trickster, the character who shakes things up, refuses to follow the script, and drags the protagonist towards their transformation, whether they like it or not. And whether we like it or not, we all need a donkey in our lives. The ones who call us out when we retreat. The ones who refuse to let us self-destruct in peace. The ones who remind us that belonging isn't something you earn, it's something you allow. And whilst Donkey is the first kick up the bum that Shrek needs to get him moving on his journey, it soon becomes apparent that he's just the warm-up act. The next star to enter Shrek's life is Princess Fiona.
Thanks.
She's as nasty as you are.
And she's not just his love interest. She's his mirror. By day, she's the perfect fairy tale princess. By night, she's an ogre, wild, unfiltered, and convinced she's unlovable. This isn't just a curse, it's a psychological metaphor. She doesn't just transform, she disappears. Fiona is trapped in the same lie as Shrek, the belief that she has to play a role to be worthy of love. Shrek's role is the monster, Fiona's is the princess, two sides of the same wound. Shrek pushes people away before they reject him. Fiona molds herself into what people expect, hoping that one day she'll finally be good enough to deserve love. And this is the core wound of approval seeking. The belief that if you were just better, more beautiful, more charming, more successful, then love wouldn't feel so fragile.
Good look at me, donkey. I mean, really. Who could ever love a beast so hideous and ugly? And princess and ugly don't go together. That's why I can't stay here with Shrek. My only chance to live happily ever after is to marry my true love.
But here's the problem. Fiona isn't loved for who she is. She's loved for the mask she wears. And there's nothing more exhausting than performing your own worthiness. Because the truth is, Fiona doesn't need a cure. She needs acceptance. And whether he knows it or not, so does Shrek. So when you go through your life hiding who you are, eventually you attract people who don't actually see you. Fiona spent her life waiting for a prince who would fix her. And what did she get? Lord Farquaad, the false king, the man who rules nothing but his own insecurities.
Again. Show me again. Mirror, mirror, show her to me. Show me the princess.
Farquaad doesn't want Fiona. He wants the idea of Fiona. Because his kingdom isn't built on belonging, it's built on control. Lord Farquaad is the modern day social media influencer. The one who curates the perfect life online, carefully selecting every post, every angle, every caption. But behind the filters, a deep fear of being truly seen. Because here's the thing, you can't curate belonging. You can't micromanage your way into being truly loved. And for Farquaad, his insecurities don't just haunt him, they literally consume him.
I will have order! I will have perfection! I will have...
By the end, Shrek doesn't change who he is. He doesn't get a makeover. He doesn't become a prince. He doesn't earn Fiona's love by proving himself. Instead, he finally lets himself be seen.
Fiona?
Yes, Shrek?
I love you.
Really?
Really, really.
I love you too.
And Fiona, she stops waiting for a cure. She realizes she was never broken, just taught to believe she was.
By night one way, by day another. I wanted to show you before.
Because belonging doesn't come from being perfect. It doesn't come from controlling how people see you. And it definitely doesn't come from hiding. It comes from being seen, flaws and all, and choosing to stay anyway. Because real love isn't about changing to be accepted. It's about accepting yourself first. Thanks so much for watching this psychoanalysis of Shrek. What did you think of it? Did it make you rethink your entire childhood? Which character do you secretly relate to the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you've not done so already, guys, please do hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.